Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am so glad you decided to join us today to find out about how you can clean your home naturally and get those toxins out of your home. I'm here today with my amazing friends, Wendy and Michelle, and we are coming from all over the US to talk to you about why we love our Thieves products. So, this is all about one magical word, Thieves. So, we are going to be talking to you about the different ways you can use this in your home and clean everything in your home, including yourself, with this one word. So, a little bit about me before we get started. My name is Sherry Placco, and I live in the Chicago area. And in a normal world, I'm a teacher. I'm still a teacher, but now it will be like this behind a screen, sitting in my home, educating my students and educating you. And I'm a mom to two college-age boys and a wife to a very tolerant husband who puts up with all of my wackiness. And when I started my essential oil journey, it was because I had been diagnosed with an autoimmune. I didn't know anything about essential oils. I thought they were things that just made your house smell good. And when I went to a class, because, medication wasn't helping my medical condition, it was actually making me feel worse. I went looking for something better. And what I learned frightened me. And the things that I learned were about the products that I was using in my home were probably contributing to my health issues. And so that's what we're really here to talk about today. It's about learning the things that are in your home that could actually be harmful to you and how to replace them with something that's better, non toxic, and plant based. So, one of the big things, two of the big things that I learned about actually that I want to share before I kick it off is I learned about sodium lauryl sulfate. So, sodium lauryl sulfate is also known by just the word SLS. If you go and look at some of the products in your home, specifically like your toothpaste or some of your soaps, sodium lauryl sulfate is an industrial degreaser. It was created to get grease off of garage floors. It is the stuff that makes your soaps and your toothpaste foam up. Mm, yum, yum to that toothpaste. Here's the problem though, besides that, it's a known endocrine and hormone health disruptor. And Wendy is an amazing science teacher, so you're going to hear a lot more of the science behind that. But it's like, how do you know these things? You don't know until you know. And we're here to make sure that you learn about how these things can be harming you and how to switch them out. The other thing I learned about was my air fresheners. I was that girl. I had those little machines that every 90 seconds it would poof out a Hawaiian breeze or a pine forest because I wanted my house to smell nice. But did you know that in your air fresheners, there's formaldehyde? Yeah, the FDA doesn't regulate air fresheners. So formaldehyde is a known cancer-causing agent. It's what is used to embalm bodies, and it's in your air fresheners, people. So when I learned that, I came home, started throwing out my cleaners, throw out all my little air fresheners, and my husband looked at me like I was crazy. I'm like, trust me, you're going to love me for this eventually. It took a while for him to jump on board, but now it's amazing that when we walk into our house, we know that everything we are using is safe for us, our children, and our pets even. So we are going to be talking to you about all of that goodness. So I am going to, actually, I see Tracy has joined us. So I am going to kick it over to Tracy. She's going to talk a little bit about essential oils and why we love them.
Hello. Sorry, I am moving out of the room. My son is doing another Zoom. That's just kind of how life's been. So my name is Tracy, and we started using oils back in 2015 to help my son. There's a whole backstory, but it really was to help my son initially, and it really changed our world as far as opening this what Sherry was talking about as far as a whole new world of toxins and what we were allowing in our home. So we were finding that, oh my goodness, these oils were helping with certain things that we needed help with, but I had no idea what I was using, like candles and those Glade plugins and fabric softener, all of that was so toxic. And I am a self-proclaimed scentaholic, recovering scentaholic. Everything I had to smell. So I had the candles, I had the fabric softener, all my cleaning stuff. I even smelled it to see if it quote unquote smelled good. And now I cannot even tolerate it. I mean, it really makes me ill. And it did then too. I didn't know any better. So we entered into this world of like starting to research what we had in our home and the ingredients of what we were using. And like Sherry was saying, even toothpaste. I mean, that's gross what they put in there. So I just started like food. I mean, they teach you with food, read your labels, right? So we want to read our labels of whatever you were using, whether it's cleaners, whether it's dryer sheets or laundry detergent or whatever it is, we want to read and research. So that's kind of how we got started. And it's so much easier on us now that we have gotten down to just Thieves. Thieves Cleaner cleans everything in our home. And when we start, so essential oils are basically the lifeblood of the plant. And they support and heal and protect the plant, and they work very similar in our bodies. So that is how they heal and I'm sorry they heal, restore, and protect in our body. And angling here, that's not a good angle. And it's very effective for healing physical things as well as cleaning, like we were talking about. And 1 second, Sherry. Just double checking one thing. And one thing that we researched as a nurse, I really wanted to make sure when I started talking about this, what I was telling people was safe. And so I wanted to do a lot of research, and Young Living is the only company in the world that has the seed to seal guarantee. They're the oldest company in the world. We have 25 plus years experience. Gary Young is our founder, and he was the forefather. He went out and he learned how to do all this. He went to France and learned how to do it, and he perfected it actually. So he really fine-tuned it. And then the rest of the world started learning from him and copying what he was doing. So they're the only company as well that you can go to any of the farms. You can walk on a farm, you can weed, you can plant, you can talk to farmers, you can talk to people in the lab. We have all been to the farms. Some of us have been to Winter Harvest, where we've participated for a week. I've been on my own, and then Sherry actually went with my husband, and they had a great time. But you get to cut trees down. You get to help chip them up and throw them in the cooker and watch them distill and make your own oil. So there is no other company in the world that you can do this. It's bar none, the only company I would ever recommend. I would rather, and I tell people this, if you're using something from a grocery store or anywhere else, to be honest, I tell them I would rather you not use an essential oil. I honestly would not. I don't feel comfortable with what they're putting in their oil is safe to put on you or in your body. If you're either putting it in your diffuser, you're putting it on your skin, or if you're ingesting it, either any of those ways you're absorbing it and it's getting into your bloodstream. So that's why candles and all that, even though you're not putting them on your skin, which is your largest organ, you're breathing it. It's getting into your lungs and then goes into your bloodstream and affects your whole body and can change things at the cellular level. So it's very, very important to know your farmer. And Young Living does not use chemicals. We go beyond even any organic labels. No chemicals, no pesticides. Everything's weeded by hand. The seeds are very particular. It's non-GMO. It's very, very extensive, and it's very, you could really get into some deep science there. But I'll save you from all that. But it is phenomenal, and they honestly, they are hands down, no other company can even touch them. And so the story, we're covering the Thieves starter kit today, and the story of Thieves way back in when the plague was going around, there was a group of robbers going around stealing from the dead, and they were not getting sick. And when they were caught, in lieu of a lighter sentence, the story goes is they had to tell what they were doing. Why weren't they getting sick compared to the rest of the world or the country? Um, and they were actually spice traders, and they were using these certain spices on or in their body, and so they were staying healthy. Um, and so that's how Thieves is a very potent, powerful blend. And I did not grab my Thieves oil. I came up. Sherry has it right there. Thank you. So it is a combination of clove, lemon, cinnamon, eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary essential oils. They're all very, very powerful. And we personally, she showed the Thieves bottle that comes in the kit, and that's actually a 15 ml bottle. And that label right there, and there you go. So thank you, Sherry. So that white label is a Vitality. That one does not come in the kit. The darker label, the red label, is what comes in the kit. So you can see the difference in size. That being said, the Vitality's meant for and is known that it's a Vitality that you can ingest it. So you can put it in your water, you can put it into your tongue. The other bottle is so you can apply it topically or you can diffuse it. That being said, they are the exact same oil. So talking about either bottle, we diffuse it, and I love to diffuse Thieves and lemon or Thieves and orange. And it helps to really clean the air and just kind of keep cooties at bay. I really use it preventatively. I also, for the Vitality, I put 2 drops of the oil under my tongue every morning. And Bruce likes to put it in his tea. So it's whatever you want to do, you can make a wellness tea with it. With some raw honey, a little bit of lemon, hot water, and Thieves. It's fantastic for soothing your throat. You can also use the Thieves and make an immune roller. So you can add Thieves, and you could do lemon and frankincense. There's several different variations that you can do, but if you add those in a roller bottle, top it with a carrier oil, which is a fatty oil like olive oil, grapeseed, coconut oil, something like that. And you mix it, and then you can roll it on your spine or your feet or wherever you'd like to. And that's great before going out for the day. It's great for teachers and for kiddos, especially as you guys are going back to school, however that may look right now. I know some teachers are having to go back in person. So oil yourself up, diffuse in your classroom if you can. But it's really such a great oil all around. And I think that's it. And I'm going to pass it on to, let me see who I'm passing it on to. Okay, it's on to Michelle.
It's on to me.
And you know, before you start, Michelle, I wanted to kind of go back because I forgot my part. I wanted to show you guys the products that we're talking about. So this is the Thieves Starter Kit. So obviously you already heard about the oil. This is a 15 ml size of Thieves essential oil, and you're going to keep hearing more about this. But now you're going to be listening to Michelle in a moment, and she's going to talk about this amazing thing. This is our Thieves household cleaner. It's a concentrate. I'm not going to tell you anything more, but you get 2 bottles of it. And then she's also going to talk about the foaming hand soap, and you get 2 of the foaming hand soaps, and they come with these awesome pumps, so you're good to go. And then we also get a Thieves mouthwash and toothpaste that we're going to tell you about, like why you need these in your life, because I'll tell you one thing, there's no SLS in this. And then you also get 2 Thieves hand sanitizers and 2 Thieves sprays. This is an amazing deal, and it's the cleaning products you're going to need to last you for months. So now I'm going to let Michelle go back and keep talking to you.
All right, my turn. Okay, so I'll first start off by telling you a little bit about me, and my story is kind of similar to both Tracy and Cherry's. When I got started with essential oils, I was looking for some more natural alternatives to help with our health and wellness in my house. I was having some issues, and I kind of like Sherry, what the medical world was doing, like with Western medicine, it actually was making me worse and not better. And we tried so many things, and I was on so many medications, and one thing was interacting with the other, and just, snowball. So I did my own research, and we got into oils. Same reason we chose Young Living, the seed to seal guarantee. It's the only one I trust with my family. But what I did not expect to happen when we started this oily journey was that it was going to take me down an entire different way of living. And I'm so glad it did. I'm so grateful it did, because the way we do health and wellness in our house now is so different than what it looked like 6 years ago. It's just crazy. So we used to be very reactive in our health approach, meaning we would get sick and then we'd run to the doctor, get a medication, go get that filled, pay the copays, all the stuff. And then we started using oils, and I started learning about all the toxins that were in my home that I had no clue were in there, that were actually causing a lot of my allergy and asthma symptoms. So we started diffusing. We'd like ditch the candles. Again, a reformed scentaholic here. I had candles, plugins, all the good smelling stuff. So no judgment here at all. If you still have all of that in your home, it is okay, because we have all been there. And it was a process. Like, I couldn't switch everything over in my house all at once. So I had to do a little bit at a time, but I'm so glad we did. And every one small change that you can make is so worth it for your health. You're going to notice a big impact. So for us, just starting with essential oils led us into a whole wellness journey of ditching toxins. Had no clue that was going to happen, but what a great side effect, right? So we got candles out and started diffusing. And then guess what happened? We noticed by pulling toxins out and putting good stuff in our house, everybody started feeling better. We started staying like healthy and living above the wellness line. Now we just go to the doctors for wellness visits, and they don't even really know who we are, which, we're okay with that. That's a good thing, right? They're there when we need them. But yeah, we just will, focus on staying well. And one way that we do that is, of course, with all these Thieves products, which is so great. So I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorites. And this was actually after the candles, this was my next big switch in our house. And it was using the Thieves household cleaner. I don't know about you, but I had a bottle for the windows, a bottle for the bathtub, a separate bottle for the toilets, stuff to wash my car, to clean my granite, to clean my stainless. I mean, all the different bottles of household cleaners. And I spent a fortune on those. Now I just buy this one little bottle, which actually comes in a kit, but you can replace this one bottle, which is so nice. And this bottle probably lasts me about 6 months. Not kidding. Sometimes a little bit less, but on average about 6 months. And I'm going to show you why. And it's because it's so super concentrated. See this little cap? That's all you need. So I'm not going to do it here because I'm sitting at my desk. I'm not coordinated enough to not spill everywhere. But you would put a cap full, add it to a 16-ounce glass bottle. So you would just dump it in, fill it with filtered water, put the cap on, give it a little shake, and you just spray away and clean everything. And this one cleaner right here, this one bottle, I use it for all the things, for my granite, my stainless steel, my microwave. Really everything, the litter box. So pets too. That's something else that was huge for me, because this one cleaner is so concentrated, but it's concentrated with all the good stuff. So we've got our Thieves essential oil in it. It's, all plant-based. There's nothing that's going to hurt my kids and nothing that's going to hurt my pets. So if I mop my wood floors with this stuff, because you can use it on those too, it's okay if we walk on it barefoot, or if my pets walk on it with their paws, because people and pets, we both have tons of pores in our, our feet, our paws, that whatever you walk on, you're absorbing that into your body and it's getting in there. And one thing that I learned that I didn't realize before we started this oily lifestyle was that all that stuff builds up in your body. And at the time, I didn't think that was making us sick, but it wasn't until we got rid of all of it that I realized, holy moly, that stuff was making us so sick. So yeah, ditch that stuff, guys. Ditch it, ditch it. Ditch your candles, ditch your cleaners. This is the next step. And like I said, this kit is the way to do it. You can also make other things with this cleaner right here. I've made a paste, so kind of like a soft scrub, but you can use baking soda, and I don't have one here to show you, but I just make it in a little mason jar with a wide mouth so I can get my hand in there, my little sponge in there. But it's baking soda, Thieves household cleaner, lemon essential oil, and vinegar. It'll scrub the like water stains off your tub. Yours. I have a glass stovetop. It cleans the glass stovetop so well. It doesn't scratch anything. And one of the best parts is I don't get headaches when I clean. So I can clean. I don't have to put a face mask on just to clean my house, or like stick your mouth in your t-shirt. Who's done that before? Because it just smells horrible and you're like, I can't breathe, I'm getting a headache. You don't have to do that with this stuff. So that's so great. You can also make it heavier. So like if you were cleaning a spot that was really tough, and a bottle actually has recipes on it, but you can do heavy cleaning, just add another capful in it. It's good to go. And my little furry kiddo is walking by right here. She just reminded me too, yeah, I'm talking about you. I use this in my DIY dog shampoo. It's really great for them. It's safe for them. And little critters don't come back in the house with her whenever we use it. So it's great. All right. And the next thing I'm going to talk about is our Thieves hand soap. So it comes like this. This stuff is amazing. And then you're also going to get, the little cap to put on here. Yeah, it looks like that. I'm like, this one's a new bottle. Otherwise, I would poke it through. So it's wonderful. I love this hand soap because, we're all washing our hands. Apparently some of us way more now than others. I don't know why we weren't all washing hands before, but if you're washing your hands now, you should use this stuff. It's really good. Sorry, I just had to do that. I was always like a hand washer, going crazy, but I can wash my hands with this stuff all day long and it doesn't bother my hands. My hands don't get dry because I didn't even tell you what my background is, aside from, teaching about wellness. I also am a pediatric occupational therapist and have a background in massage therapy. So I've always had jobs where I'm washing my hands constantly. And until I started using all this stuff, my hands would be bleeding and cracked open, which guess what? Causes increased risk of infection when your skin is open. So with this stuff, that doesn't happen. I can wash my hands all day long and it does not bother my hands because it's all good, safe, clean products in here. Again, with the power of Thieves. So use this stuff. Now, what happens when you run out? Well, you can either go buy another one because you can get them on the website in a 3-pack, or you can buy the refill bottles, which is amazing. I love this stuff. So you just like open it up and pour it in. Some people will even stretch this a little bit further. Instead of filling up the whole bottle with this, you just fill it up part way, and then you can add water to the rest, or a little bit of extra oil, or you can do so much with it. But you can stretch it and make it super cost effective. But this refill is amazing. If you don't have this refill, but you need soap right away, what you can also do is you can use the Castile soap. So I buy the unscented Castile soap. And if you don't have Thieves yet, but you want to get, you don't have this soap yet and you want to get started, you can even get an empty foaming soap container. I fill it up about 1/3 of the way, and I just guesstimate. I don't really measure with this stuff. I do 10 drops of Thieves essential oil. Sometimes I like to add a little bit of vitamin E oil or a carrier oil to make it a little more moisturizing, and then fill it up with filtered water, and you've got foaming hand soap. So you can do a DIY version with your Thieves oil, the essential oil, or you can buy the refill and make this stuff. So those are 2 big spots that you can make in your home, and you get it right here in this kit. So give it a try, and I'm going to pass it on, I think, back to Sherry right now next.
Great. Thanks, Michelle. I am obsessed with the Thieves soap. I now buy that big refill because I like the easy button in life, but I used to make my own all the time with the Castile soap because it's so easy and cost effective to make your own. So all you need is that bottle of Thieves too. So I'm going to continue on talking about products. And I love that you talked about your background with pediatric occupational therapy because I'm a teacher as well. And so in my classroom, this is the only cleaner I would have in there. I would use this in a spray bottle. And I actually, when I had an empty bottle, I would just repurpose this and use 1 to 2 capfuls and fill it with water. And I had a spray topper on it. My students love the smell of it so much. You know, they would used to wash their desks and then they would pick up the dirty paper towel and like, I'm like, oh, don't put that up by your face, people. That's dirty now. So I started making wipes out of a roll of paper towels with this. So that way they can take that out and they're like, oh, it smells so good. And then they go and clean their desk. So at least they're smelling it in the right order now. Another thing that I love to have in my classroom is our Thieves hand sanitizer. So right now, I mean, how many are on the banned list right now? Is it over 100? Because when everything kind of went crazy in March, all of a sudden everybody and their brothers' companies were making hand sanitizers because you couldn't get any in the store. Well, that's a little scary for me, right? Because you don't know what you're going to get, and we're finding out how harmful a lot of those are. That people are getting email recalls about the hand sanitizer that they bought at Costco. Like, really? So, what makes ours different? Well, this is proven to kill 99.9% of all germs. But here's the thing: the CDC recommends that your hand sanitizer has to have at least 60% alcohol. So that's kind of the thing, and that's what companies were using. But here's the big difference. Ours has 65% of alcohol denate. So it's denatured alcohol. It's denatured alcohol with peppermint essential oil. Now, alcohol denate is not good for you, but in Young Living world, it's a little bit different. So denate alcohol is actually an ethanol-based product, which is derived from petroleum. Yeah, okay. You know, petroleum's toxic, right? You know, you want to stay away from all that. So most companies will use a petroleum base of some sort, which is not natural. It's toxic to our bodies. But Young Living, our alcohol denate is derived from peppermint and our Thieves essential oil. So because of our seed to seal that Tracy talked to you about, we know our farmer, we know the process. I know that this is as clean and as pure as it can be. So this is amazing because you know how when you used to use those traditional hand sanitizers, it would dry you out really bad? It's that alcohol. So you're putting that alcohol on your skin, it's drying you out, and then you're getting those cracks in your skin that Michelle talked about, which opens you up to infection. You're applying more of that hand sanitizer. Right now, everybody is applying tons and tons of hand sanitizer, but you're actually opening up your body more to more toxic chemicals. This stuff will leave your hands feeling so soft. It's amazing because there's also aloe vera in here. So when you use a little bit of this, and you need a little bit, with traditional hand sanitizers, I felt I used to use a whole lot of it. You need very little. Now, here's the other thing when you're using your hand sanitizers. Most people, even when they wash their hands, you wash kind of like this, right? Okay, but I don't touch anything with the back of my hands. I touch everything with like my fingers. So when you're washing your hands or with your hand sanitizers, put it in the palm of your hand. You really want to get your fingertips. That's what you're touching everything with. And then you're touching your face, or worse, most of us are touching our eyes, even when you're wearing a mask. If you're in an area where it's mandated, like it is where I am, you're rubbing your eyes, and that's how things are getting into your system. So when you're using your hand sanitizers, when you're using your soaps, be sure you're washing your fingertips. That is the most critical part to get to first, and then go ahead and do the rest. But most people don't even think about that. They're just like, oh yeah, okay. And you kind of put your palms together, but are you washing the things that you really touched with? So be aware of that. This hand sanitizer is, like, bar none, the best thing I've ever used. There is a large refill that I don't have here with me. Oh, I think Michelle gets to be my Vanna White now. Yay! Oh, she's got both of them. So because of supply sourcing right now, it could come in either bottle. But I use those big ones with the pump in my classroom, and the students are awesome. They'll come over to me and be like looking at me, and I'll be like, yes, please use it. And they just walk away going, oh, I love the smell of this. I mean, who does that with a hand sanitizer regularly, right? So you get 2 of these hand sanitizers, but then another thing that you're going to get are 2 of these Thieves sprays. So this spray is really amazing because again, it's a sanitizing, it's like a surface spray. So why do you need this? Well, this is my go-to. I keep one in my car and I have one in my bag because when I'm out and about, I use it everywhere. I use this. I will not. Ugh. You know how in the stores they've got like the Clorox wipes for you to wipe off your cart? Ew, no, I won't do it. So I spray the cart handle and I always have like a towel with me, a little microfiber or something, and I'll wipe it off and it goes in my back pocket because I don't want to be touching it again. And then I shop. But it's great even around your house, your doorknobs, cleaning anything like that. So many uses for this. Just your touch screen on your phone. Because how germy is this? You're out in the world touching things and you're touching your phone all the time. I have a microfiber cloth that I keep in my car. I don't spray my device directly. I spray a little bit on the cloth, wipe my screen off. My mask, if I'm out and about, like I wash my cloth mask every night if I've been running around all day. But in between places in the car, I don't know about you, but I hang it on like my windshield wiper handle on my steering wheel. And as soon as I get in the car and take it off, hand sanitizer for the third time. And then I grab my Thieves spray and I spray the inside of my mask. Just one quick little spray, because by the time I get to where I'm going next, it will have evaporated, but it's got that clean smell of Thieves. I feel like I'm being protected and it sanitized it a little bit. So it's amazing for that. I like to just spray this everywhere. This is my go-to, especially if I don't have this with me. So these are two amazing products that you need in your life. And now I'm going to kick it over to Wendy, who is going to talk about such other amazing goodness.
Right. Thank you. Awesome. 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 Hi, guys. So a little background on me. I am a teacher as well. For Sherry and I are going to be stuck behind these computers for a long time. I teach high school chemistry as well as I teach elementary science. So anywhere from kindergarten up to sixth grade, I teach the gamut. We teach everything. So I love science. I'm also a mom. I have 3 kids. I have a 17, 15, and 11-year-old, and I have an awesome husband who is oily as well. We're all oily people. So a little bit of my background, very similar to the girls here, that I was not feeling well. I was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune diseases back in 2012, and I felt horrible. I was just starting to homeschool my kids, and I felt horrible, and the doctors were just giving me oodles and oodles of medicine to take, and which made me feel worse. And so I'm thankful to God for giving me that inquisitive kind of rebelliousness of be like, nope, I don't agree with you. I'm gonna search it out and figure out what the heck is going on with my body, right? Because we had lived peaceably together, my body and I, for a long time until I started not feeling well, right? And so I had to figure out why. I was sick of Band-Aids, and I just wanted to know what made me sick in the first place, right? Because I wanted to go back and fix it, because that's how I roll. So very similar to the girls, that I started looking into the products that I was using in my own house, on my kids, on my body, in our home. And I found out that they're all toxic, gnarly things that, we don't think about it. We trust all those companies, Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble. We grew up with these companies, right? They must care about us, right? But they don't. They could care nothing. Okay. If you died, it's just like, okay, someone else is going to come along and buy my product. I don't even care. And there's some crazy stats out there, you guys. Did you know that most people spend 80 to 90% of their time of our day indoors? Okay. And I was a total a scent junkie as well, but I was a Febreze. Okay. I would spray you if you came in my house smelling a little off, right? Oh, let me just try a little Hawaiian breeze on you. Okay. Surely it's going to set on your clothes and it's going to off gas. It's going to smell pretty later, right? So off gassing, a lot of companies plan on this. So off gassing is when they use something, and Downy, they tout that, you put it in your cupboard and 3 weeks later, it's still going to smell dry or fresh, right? As you just took it out of your dryer. Well, that's from, like Sherry was talking about, it's formaldehyde, you guys. Formaldehyde is a preservative, okay? And they're putting these preservatives on our clothes. Take it back. We're putting this stuff on our clothes, okay? They're selling it to us, making it sound really great. And so off-gassing happens when you have something on your body and you are continually breathing it in, okay? So I think Michelle was saying how she's super sensitive to scents now, and so am I. Like, I can tell what kind of fabric softener you use. I can tell how much you use. I can tell if you use laundry detergent and softener. My nose is so keen now because it came back to life, right? So our Tracy was talking about our skin is our biggest organ. And when we put something onto our bodies, it's not only touching our skin and going in through our skin, even if it's just your shirt sitting on you, there's chemicals that you can smell that are actually touching your skin and they will go in. And then we're breathing it in. So we're getting like a double hit, right, on our bodies. A lot of these chemicals that they use out there nowadays have been researched in such minute details that if they do any test whatsoever, they're doing a one-time test only. So a one-time dose, super small, onto the body and looking at the effects of that. Well, immediately they're not going to see anything, but the fact of the matter is that we are washing our hands 20 or more times a day. We are wearing these clothes all the time. We are putting on our lotions all the time. We are cleaning our dishes daily. So whatever we're using, it's touching our skin, again, our biggest organ, and we are like sponges, you guys. Whatever it be it a good thing or a bad thing, your skin, your body soaks it up. And Michelle was mentioning about toxic loads. Everybody has a toxic load. If you can imagine a bucket, we all have a bucket and it's all going to take a certain amount of water, okay? And nobody knows where their level in their bucket's at, but it's dripping. Each time we use something, it's dripping and dripping, and you don't know when you're going to overflow. I overflowed when I got really sick and I was diagnosed with 3 autoimmune. So what do we do with all this? So I could go on for hours about what it does to us and how it does things to us. But the point is to get it out of your house, you guys. Point is I was poisoning myself and I was poisoning my family without knowing it. Mind you, I wouldn't hurt them willingly, knowingly, right? But I didn't know. So knowledge is power. And I'm so glad you guys are here today because you're learning so much. And I hope you learn more. And being plugged in with all of us, you'll learn more and more and more and more. So let's learn. All right. Okay. So I'm going to talk to you guys about the Thieves toothpaste and the mouthwash. Okay. Because those are super important. Do you know that our health is like a dentist can look in your mouth and tell whether you're going to have heart issues, whether you're going to have intestinal issues. They can look at our teeth and tell so much about us. Okay. So it's super important that we keep our mouths clean and keep our dental health up. But it's also important what we don't put into it, okay? So Sherry had mentioned the SLS, the sodium lauryl sulfate, which makes your toothpaste foam, okay? So a lot of toothpaste will put in, they have fluoride, they have SLS, they have synthetic dyes, artificial flavors, preservatives. All this stuff goes into our mouth. And you might think about fluoride. Fluoride is a neurotoxin. Okay, a neurotoxin. You would not willingly go, here's a spoonful of neurotoxin to anybody you love, okay? I could so say something about somebody right now, but I won't do it. Okay. Sorry, I'm always political. The fluoride is terrible and it is a neurotoxin, and you might think, well, it's not, you're not ingesting it, you're not swallowing it. Well, most kids swallow toothpaste. I hate to break it to you, okay? But even if you don't have kids, your oral cavity is super duper absorbent. Okay, so if you think our bodies are, like I told you, they're like a sponge, our mouths are 20 times that. Okay, so if we put something under our tongue, and it's called sublingually, right? And it goes straight into our blood system. if I have a toothpaste with fluoride, that just went straight into my blood system. Okay. If they use something called polysorbate 80 with it, that just gave you a free ticket ride to take that fluoride straight into your brain. Okay. So super duper, it's huge, you guys. It's huge. You got to be aware. You got to read your labels, because they put these things in there as preservatives and they don't look at what effects they're going to have long term, right? So it's important to read our labels. So what does Thieves have in it? Well, Thieves has this, the oil base in here, and I'm going to tell you guys what some of the things do. So Thieves is the recipe of Thieves is a mixture of clove, lemon, cinnamon bark, and eucalyptus radiata, and rosemary essential oils. Okay, that was the herbs that the Thieves used back in the 1500s. All right, so clove, what does it do? Clove maintains cellular health, and it's a great cleansing oil, okay? Clove is super great too if you ever have any pain. So you could always take that little Thieves oil. It's spicy, but it's amazing. And you can put it, like if you have a gum issue, you can put it right on your gums. Amazing. Only for big people though. Don't do this to kids, okay? Lemon essential oil is packed with limonene, which supports many body systems, including our immune, our respiratory, our digestive, and our lymphatic. Okay. Cinnamon bark is one of the most powerful boosters known, and it smells amazing. Cinnamon is really good for your heart too. Eucalyptus radiata is a strong respiratory support, and it becomes even stronger with the combination of the clove and the lemon and the cinnamon and the rosemary. Okay, and then rosemary is high in compounds that are antiseptic, which we want in our mouths. So this stuff is amazing, you guys. This will help remove stains. It's no fluoride. It's natural ingredients. It'll help fight plaque. It has also added to it, it has peppermint, spearmint oils along with the cinnamon bark. So it tastes fantastic, okay? And it's going to help support your gums. It's going to be a good thing. I always like to go to my dentist and after my teeth cleaning, I always use this, but I use a few different ones too because I like the Thieves line. But I'll do it with my kids too, and then we'll check to see how if they, their next dental check in 6 months, if they've had any cavities, and then I get to go like this if they haven't, right? And I get to go woohoo. And if they do get anything, then I have to yell at my kids and be like, you better brush better, right? Because I just know it's their fault. It always is, okay? Which rolls me into, if your kids aren't brushing well enough, there is the Thieves mouthwash, which is super duper cool. So mouthwash, I was never a big mouthwash user, but it's so important to, I know some dentists who will say it's better to rinse with mouthwash and to floss than it is to brush, because it's getting into the middle in between those teeth. That is super duper important, right? So the mouthwash has all the Thieves oils, plus it has colloidal silver. Now, I am a colloidal silver lover, okay? We put it in so many things, and so many things my family doesn't even realize I put it in because it's that great, okay? So this one is great. So colloidal silver on a science side, okay? It is an ion that goes into your body, and it will attach to any invader, okay? It'll attach to viruses. Any invader, okay? Let's just say anybody, any invader. Bacteria in our mouths, I'm gonna say bacteria, okay? And what it does, it'll latch onto it, okay? So imagine if you're trying to go about your day and suddenly someone just comes up and latches onto the right arm of you, and you're like, get off now. And it doesn't. It's kind of like a security guard for your mouth, okay? So it'll latch on to whatever is in there, and it'll see it all the way out until it leaves your body. So it never leaves. So colloidal silver is huge. I'm a huge fan of making a breath spray, if you will, and a throat spray. I have it with me as a teacher all the time, and I will either put the Thieves oil in a spray bottle like this with some, I have a Berkey, so it's like distilled water, with some water, and just so it's just my Thieves and water, my Thieves oil, or a really great throat spray for when things are funky. Some viruses will attack, some bad things, junk and stuff will attack our throats. And so it's always really good to have some protection going on for your throat. So I take, to make a little spray, I take a little bit of Thieves mouthwash and I put it in here. I'm not a measurer. I'm sorry. I just pour. I pour and I go. And then we see how it goes. Right? Hold on, I just spilled. I came prepared with the paper towel though. Okay, I'm good. All right, so I have a little bit of the mouthwash in there, and then I'm going to put some Thieves oil in here. There's 7 drops right there. I do like 7 to 10, something like that. And then I have a little bit of water over here. Again, this is like distilled, or I have a Berkey, so it's my Berkey water. And I just fill it up with the water. And then I have this with me. So as a teacher, it's huge because I am around a lot of kids all the time. And so it's kind of like the germ pool, you know, times, I don't know, 1,000,000 or something like that, right? So I have this and I can spray it on the back of my throat whenever I feel something funky coming on. Or if I've been around a bunch of kids who sneeze, I know it's coming my way. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Okay, so I'll put this on my throat right away and it's no problem whatsoever. You guys, you can spray this on your hands. When I'm in a pinch and I have nothing, I'm like, oh, I have my Thieves spray, no problem. When I start to feel something, I will start spraying this. If like I feel like a sore or something coming on anywhere, I start spraying this and I'll set my timer on my phone every 10 minutes. And I will keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it until I'm like, oh, I feel great, right? And nothing ever happens because of my Thieves. Someone was mentioning before, like, I think it was Michelle was talking about how her family used to get sick. And, you know, once you were sick, then you would go to the doctor, right? Well, we're so on top of it now that my kids, we used to go to the doctor for everything. And now we never go. In fact, we get in trouble every time we go to the doctor because they're like, you haven't been here. Your records, blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, whatever, right? Yeah. Anyhow, we save so much money not going to the doctor. Okay, just saying, because we don't have to. And can I throw in a little note too that all my autoimmune gone? Nothing's there. Nothing's there anymore, you guys. I don't know why, but we don't use any of that stuff anymore. But we do use a lot of Thieves. Okay, Thieves is the way to go. So, you guys, let's talk about something. So us girls, we are all in this knee deep. We are lifelong lovers of Thieves, of Young Living, because their standard is so high. We know that they're not going to waver. They're amazing. Okay. They're amazing. So we every month get a box. And in fact, one of the girls was talking right before and we were trying to mute everything around us. And someone just got a UPS box delivered to their house. And it looks like this. This was mine. I just got it and I haven't even unboxed mine yet. This is my little ER box. And it usually has a little ER thing, but mine doesn't this time. This is sent to my house once a month and it's our monthly wellness box and it's amazing. You guys, I get to go in and I change what I want every month. And this month I actually got some animal sense ointment. I got a new bottle of Thieves because we use this all the time and school starting. So when school starts, you guys, I diffuse Thieves in my Thieves oil in my diffuser. And my school is actually using Thieves cleaner as our cleaner, soul-based cleaner, and we're using the hand sanitizer. We got everything. So if you guys need any information on that for any of your schools, let me know. Okay. So we get this wellness box every month, and it's a great way to get the toxins because all of us girls, you guys, were candle junkies. We were scentaholics. We used bad stuff. And we didn't change overnight. We did little by little by little. And like Michelle was saying, when she diffused, she's like, we kind of felt better. And then I started cleaning with Thieves. And you know, we just do better with this. And so the essential rewards allows you to take it out. It's like transfer buying. And so you could get a little bit each month. Okay. And then you can always stock up on those things that you've gone through and used that, excuse me, that you've used up. And then you can always have a chance to try new things. And so ER is amazing. So that's called essential rewards, or subscribe and save. It's a great way. I like to think of subscribe and save because it reminds me of like on Amazon, I get things monthly from them. And so it's very similar like that. Okay, so how do you get your kit? Well, you're going to go back and you're going to talk to whoever you talked to who invited you to this class or sent you this link, and they are going to help you to sign up. Our Thieves kit that Sherry had showed at first, that you get 2 bottles of the cleaner, you get 1 bottle of the oil. I want to see if you can hold all this up, girlfriend. Right? Okay. You're going to get a hand soap. You're going to get the toothpaste. You're going to get the toothpaste. Oh, there goes mine. And you're going to get the mouthwash. And then you're going to get 2 bottles of the hand sanitizer, and you're going to get 2 bottles of the spray. Okay. You guys, this stuff is amazing. And I believe the price is $160. No, it's not $160. $125. What a deal, right? Sorry, they just recently changed that. I was really bad on that. Okay, so it's $125, you guys. That's nothing. Y'all, this lasts forever. This makes 29 bottles. Michelle, show us your bottle. It makes 29 of those bottles. It's huge. It's fantastic. Okay. This lasts a long time. I have a family of 5, and we go through these, I don't know, once every other month. Maybe that's why they need to brush more, huh? I guess 1.5 months it lasts for us, right? This lasts for a really long time. So Sherry was saying that you guys only have to use a drop. So I have this in my classroom, and I have those bottles that Michelle was showing you, the refill bottles. I have refilled. Yes, I have the little pump one, and I have refilled my mom's this summer, mine, my daughter's, and my husband's. And we still aren't halfway through that bottle, you guys. I refill this all the time, and only using a pea size. Imagine if this was full of peas, right? You're using 1 pea drop each time, and it lasts for a long time. And you don't get dry hands. You don't get any nasties or anything like that. So it's amazing. I so hope you guys jump onto this. When you get your premium starter kit from Young Living, you also jump in not to only get 50% off the kit that we just showed you guys for $125. You also get 24% off all future purchase. You get a membership into Young Living. You also will be connected into our oily groups on Facebook, or if you're not on Facebook, we have Zoom calls all the time. So we will not leave you hanging. We will continue education for you guys. Just reach out. All righty. I'm so thankful you guys were all here today, and I hope you have a blessed one. Thank you.